Good morning, Annalise. Well, we don't have all of the names yet, but we can suspect some of those amongst this group. This is apparently 80 Conservative MPs who Steve Baker, who is a former minister in the Brexit department, says would vote against the Prime Minister's Chequers deal. Now, he stood down from that department. He was deputy to the Brexit Secretary David Davis. He stood down because he didn't think that the deal was right and what people wanted. He has now come out and said, he says, we are reaching the point where it's extremely difficult to see how we can rescue the Conservative Party from a catastrophic split if the Chequers proposals are carried forward. And this is really the core of the split in the Conservative Party. It has been for the last 3 or 4 decades. It toppled Margaret Thatcher. The question of Europe and sovereignty, and it has become a fault line ever widening in the party, which is now at pains and possibly about to tear itself apart as it heads towards its party conference at the end of the month. And that is because Theresa May is now firmly wedded to her Chequers plan. She knows there is no relenting on it. She has managed to get some agreement from the EU 27. There seems to be, ahead of that Salzburg conference later in the month, some acceptance that to sort of save Theresa May and to scramble any kind of deal with the UK, they have to go for the Chequers plan. But many on her own side unhappy with it, some 80, Steve Baker says. So whether or not she does get it past the EU, it seems like getting it through her own party is now going to be the real challenge. People, though, on Theresa May's side, the Justice Minister David Gauke on air on the radio a couple of minutes ago saying that the ERG, which is this hardcore Brexit group, don't have an alternative. They were meant to be publishing possibly a deal this week, or there was meant to be a speech. That seems to have gone out the window. And David Gauke saying that the Prime Minister is the only person in the party that has actually come up with a plan, which suggests that this group is simply heading towards the no-deal scenario, and that's the route that they're pushing for.